What's up, YouTubers? Johnny DIY here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to spray drywall texture from a can. If you guys are new to my channel, please do me a favor and click the subscribe and the notification bell so you can get all my new videos. Alright, let's get to this one. Okay, so I've got a couple drywall patches I'm working on here. This big one here. And then I've got another big one all the way here. And then we're going to be trying to match this medium knockdown finish. As you can see, it's a little in between orange peel and knockdown. We're going to be using this Home Max wall texture. It seems to be about the only brand you can get of this stuff anymore. I'll make sure I go ahead and put some links down in the description to this and the other tools and supplies I'm going to be using today for you guys. But the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and flip it upside down, and you're going to go ahead and give it a good shaking. It's got a marble in there, so make sure you shake it till you hear that, and then shake it good for, I'd say, a good 5 minutes. Once that's done, what you're going to want to do is you're going to put it in a bucket. And I've got warm water in this bucket. And what that's going to do is that's going to help increase the pressure in the can so it'll spray better. This is going to be very important if, say, you're working in a cold environment or the can has been stored and it's cold before you're using it. Also, say you were in the middle of using it and you were having some issues with the spray. If you go ahead and do this, it really helps the performance of it. We'll go ahead and leave that for probably 20-30 minutes before we use it. Okay, now before we do the texture, I'm going to go ahead and give everything a nice little sanding, especially around the edges of our patch, just to kind of feather those edges so they're nice and smooth transition between the two surfaces of our patch and our old wall. Alright, we'll go ahead and take our can out of the water right here. And if you look right here, there's a little tab that you need to break off on the end. Now on the back right here of the spray nozzle, there's this little removable clip. You take that out. This little lever that goes side to side, that's going to increase and decrease the pressure. If we go to the left, it's going to lower the pressure. And if we go to the right, it's going to raise the pressure. Go ahead and start it out in the middle. And then this nozzle right here, you can go ahead and click it. That's going to adjust the heaviness of the spray texture, and I'm going to be doing medium right here in the middle. So I'll just click this to the middle. Okay, now when we spray it, we're going to want to spray it about 1.5 to 2 feet off the wall, and we're going to want to go in a circular pattern. Now this stuff does shrink quite a bit after the water evaporates from it, so lay it on heavier than, say, your texture is going to look, because it's going to shrink down some. So that looks a little too fine. Hit it to the right. Ah, that looks about right. Maybe even a little more. Yeah. Okay, when we spray this, we're going to want to spray it beyond the area of our patch. That's going to give us a better chance of it blending in real nice. And remember, circular pattern. And if you get any overspray like I did just on the ceiling right here, go ahead and wipe it down with a damp rag before it sets up. Go ahead and wipe the tip off periodically, because it'll kind of gunk up any drips too. And see, as it shrinks down, you can come back to those areas that look a little bit light. So now you're just gonna let this, if you just have an orange peel finish, that's it, you just let it dry. But this is a knockdown finish, so we gotta let this set up for probably about 10 minutes just for that water to evaporate from there. Then we can come back and knock this down to try and get it to match that texture. Okay, now as soon as you're done spraying, you're gonna go ahead and flip the can upside down. We're gonna go ahead and spray it for a few seconds till it comes out clear. That's gonna go ahead and clean that nozzle out. So if you have any left in here, you can go ahead and reuse it the next time. Stuff doesn't last forever, but you can reuse it in short periods of time between. If you're working and it's hot, it sets up a little bit quicker. So just test an area after a few minutes and see if it's getting that effect, and then go ahead and knock it down. You don't want it to get too dry. We're gonna go ahead and take our 12-inch drywall knife, and there's actually a curve on the knife, and we're gonna put that convexed curve against the wall to drag it to get that knockdown effect. Now, if you have a heavy knockdown finish, you don't have to let it dry and set up as long. It can be a little more wet when you drag it down, but we're just gonna put that convex edge against the wall and a little bit of an angle off the wall, and we're gonna drag it straight down pretty fast. That's just gonna knock down the peaks. Okay, so here's a close-up of the finish. Okay, now you're just gonna wanna let this texture fully set up and dry. Now you can come back and do another coat of this spray on if you think it needs it to match the other walls better. Okay, so here is the wall all textured and painted and finished. It came out pretty good. You really can't see anything. It is important that you go ahead and prime first with regular primer, then top coat. Even if you're using a paint and primer in one, you always want to use a separate primer on fresh drywall or patches. That's just going to help make it blend in better, and it's also going to give your paint a better adhesion. It's kind of hard to see, but can't see those patches at all. Alright guys, so that is how to use a spray can for drywall texture. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and click the notification bell so you can get my new videos. That would help me out a lot. Thanks for watching Johnny DIY. Keep on doing it yourself, guys. Take care.